What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Hsu.
.com.
How are you, man?
I'm pumped, dog.
I would believe so.
We just walked out of the premiere screening here in Las Vegas, Nevada of Black Panther.
Easily the most anticipated movie of the year thus far.
People are
even
pumped.
with 50 Shades, even with the trilogy of the Maze Runner, this is the movie that people have been dying to see.
Let's go.
What a streak Marvel's been on with Civil War. I wasn't crazy about Guardians of the Galaxy. I forgot about that one. But
Part 2.
Thor Ragnarok.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Thor Ragnarok, though. I mean, me and you both love that movie.
Magnifique.
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation where they are on a high roll, and now we get Black Panther. I remember distinctly. Actually, I'm pretty sure all three of us. Our good friend Kent Wong is back this week, as you could tell. I'm sure.
The quality.
The quality. We all walked out of Civil War, and all we talked about was how BA Black Panther was in Civil War.
He stole that movie.
So I've been waiting for this movie since, and being a fan of Ryan Coogler, the director of this film, who worked on Fruitvale Station as well as Creed with Michael B. Jordan. And now we have a Marvel movie with him, and after what
this
I
guy's
saw
31 years old.
Yeah, and he's killing the game right now.
I'm embarrassed of myself.
We have a lot of really interesting things about this movie that really kind of makes it special in its own way, but we'll get into that, I'm sure, as we talk about the movie. I'm just curious to see what you thought.
Overall, this is what, number 19? 18.
18.
This is number 18 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I don't know how they do it, bro. They just keep on reinventing, and they keep on making me say, damn, that was amazing, because that movie was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, bro, this is my second viewing of Black Panther.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have to say, after careful thinking,
Second viewing, you're a beast.
I'm gonna have to say, bro, I feel confident to say this is my favorite Marvel film. I just thought it's so good, bro. It's so freaking good, and it starts from the cast, and we'll do staff. We'll do cast later, or just do it
whatever
now?
you want.
Okay, so Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
She's just a beautiful woman.
Stunning. Great in 12 Years a Slave, which
That's where it really
wasn't
put her
her
on the map.
Which put her on the map, even though one of her original roles was Nonstop, which came out ended up coming out after that movie. Obviously got the Oscar love for that movie. I mean, she's phenomenal in that movie, and anything she's in, I've really been a fan of hers particularly since.
So she, great.
Yeah.
And then we have, I can't remember all of a sudden, who is the general?
General is she has a harder name to pronounce, but I know who you're talking from Walking Dead.
No
she
disrespect,
is in the Walking Dead.
but the general,
yes,
is just amazing, dog.
Yeah.
How awesome are you when you're in a Lexus car accident or a car blows up and then you surf on a door? Right? So awesome.
Yeah.
And then the girl, the sister,
Yes.
Sori.
Yes.
Do you know her real name?
No.
Sori. She's in the last episode of Black Mirror.
Yep.
Amazing. And in this movie, she was amazing. So yes, please look.
So we
up.
have Danai Gurira. I probably butchered that name.
Yeah.
And then we have Letitia Wright.
Yes. Letitia
So we
Wright.
have, and again, we're sorry we didn't look that up first.
Yeah, but Letitia Wright also just the entire cast. Ryan Coogler, he formulated everybody so well, and then Chadwick Boseman obviously is the Black Panther.
Yeah, is what people said about Hugh Jackman to Wolverine is so true.
Yeah.
About Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. He's born to play that role and champion that role.
And I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it just because I love this movie so much, was that I feel that Black Panther's going to be giving Batman a run for his money, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was like, these, and I'm big, I love Batman and Superman.
Yes.
But Batman.
Not Batman vs. Superman, the movie. Just the characters.
BVS, Batman vs. Superman, and Suicide Squad, and Justice League.
Yeah.
All three of these versions of Batman with Ben Affleck. One, I love Ben Affleck, but these versions of Batman don't get me jacked. Just being honest.
Yeah.
They haven't made me yes, this is it, even though I know the potential of Batman. But this version...
You're going to upset the DC.
Yeah, I know. but what I saw, it happened. But what I saw with Black Panther, bro, man, it got me so excited, bro. I got the feels of a little bit Avatar in this movie. The scenes where they go into the other world.
Yes, beyond.
Yeah, because the beautiful background made me feel the feels of Avatar, the world building,
and you also have the life coming from the trees and nature and things like that within this movie.
Yeah, and then when I went to when I first went to Avatar, I was like, wow, or Pandora. I was like, the first time we went to Pandora, I was just like, wow, this is amazing. And then the first time we went to Wakanda, I felt the same way. So I got that feels, and man, this movie it was so good, bro. I'm sure you'll think of more. The music was great. I enjoyed the story a lot. Michael B. Jordan, bro. Fruitvale Station, awesome. Creed 2, awesome. This movie, and when I do, that means he's slapping people around.
Yeah.
Just awesome. And then Killmonger, for sure. Cause I don't really care for Loki. I enjoyed Loki, but he's not like for me, he's not what everyone else says Loki is, which is like he's the best. For me, Killmonger was my favorite DC, my favorite Marvel villain.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even more than Hela.
Yeah. I thought Michael B. Jordan was just genuine, just in your face, just a stone. He was just a bad dude.
Yeah.
But if you actually listen to the story and want to understand the story, he's really not a bad dude either. You'd be doing the same thing if you were born under this same restriction and stuff like that. And the story, while very political and very certain things that they wanted to do and say in this movie and address, thank you. It's just loved it.
I think for the first time in 18 movies, Black Panther really elevates the superhero genre. Like, I think it brings the genre to the next level. I think what you might hear negatively about this movie, if anything at all, would be pacing and maybe a lack of action, which I'm surprised that's even a criticism, because for me, that car chase in South Korea alone is mind-blowing. But I get it, right? It's not the Avengers, it's not Civil War in the sense of the amount of action you're getting, but it's so much more than that, and I think that's what makes Black Panther so good, is that it stands alone. I think it's a movie where if the MCU didn't exist, Iron Man up to Thor Ragnarok didn't come out, this movie succeeds by itself. It doesn't depend on those movies to work. I'm not saying Spider-Man depended on Iron Man to work, but they definitely shoehorned him in pretty well to keep him connected to that universe. Black Panther doesn't need that. Black Panther doesn't need anyone from any of the other movies to make it work. And it's the world is not ending here. There's not a big blue light shooting off into the sky, which we've seen in countless Avenger movies. There's not 20 superheroes. This is a really contained movie that takes place in this really focused area. It's obviously spread out. We're in Oakland, we're in the Beyond, which you were talking about. We're in Wakanda, obviously. We're in South Korea during that action sequence. But it's a really contained movie about these set of people who are all affected. And I think that's what's different about this movie. It looks different. Rachel Morrison, the first woman to ever be nominated for Best Cinematography by the Academy Award this year for Mudbound. He's also the first woman to do the cinematography for a Marvel movie, and it's this movie. And you could tell she brought style and angst and this real challenging view to something that usually looks fun and light and popcorny. Everyone's always rewarded Marvel for always looking so bright and so fun. Obviously, it even sparked the reasons why people didn't like some of the DC stuff because it was so opposite of that. I think this movie finds a very good medium. Soundtrack, unlike anything that you'd expect, we have some really heavy stuff in there, and I think it works really well in these areas of the movie. I think another thing that Marvel has been criticized with, and I would say I agree, is the lack of female superheroes, right? Like the lack of female empowerment. And this movie gives us 3 incredible female role models. You have a technological science genius, if you will.
Which they said in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, she's the smartest person in the world.
Oh, wow.
And she is smarter than Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, okay. Wow. See, I didn't even know that, but I knew from the movie she's obviously a scientific, a genius. She's someone who really knows technology. You have a woman who is an advocate, who is an educator, who dedicates her life to doing more. And then you have a straight-up warrior.
The general.
Honestly, those 3 roles alone, I think, really lay the backbone of this movie. I think they really lay this foundation to which makes everyone else look good. But you have these 3 women who are in every scene they are moving the plot forward. They're helping Black Panther. Yes, Black Panther is the star of this movie, and he's doing all of these things. But without these women, he doesn't succeed at all. And I think that's a really great, something different, right? I mean, I think it's a good improvement. Now, I've also had the conversation that this movie is getting criticism prior to being seen because it's political. Like you said, it addresses some politics, it has a message.
I love it.
And here's the thing. If you want, from what conversations that have been had, people just want the popcorn stuff, right? The entertainment. Well, luckily for those who crave only that popcorn entertainment, Marvel made 17 other movies in which you could get that from. Now they make one different, there's no reason to complain. If they want to challenge it and they want something to be different and they want you to think, then why not make one out of the 17 really be that way? I mean, I'm not totally discrediting the other Marvel movies. I've been a fan with a majority of those movies, but none have been as complex or as deep, spreading a message or idea like this movie has been. But in the same token, I don't think this movie stands on a soapbox and just rants and raves the entire time. I think this movie really balances being fun and entertaining and have it.
Extremely funny.
I mean, there's those moments where you just want to elbow your buddy because there's so many great action sequences or really fun moments happening. But then there are the moments where there's this intense ideology of like, the most technological advanced country in the world that's hidden away is sitting on their laurels, and like, why not, help others with that? And I think that's kind of a challenge to people to make them think.
I loved how Michael B. Jordan in the 90s or whatever, or he was like saying, he's like, our people were suppressed, and here you people are living these amazing, fruitful lives, and then here we were on the outside, and you didn't help us,
Yeah, and I think that's also, and I mean, I'm not trying to interpret everything about this movie. I mean, as much as this is a political movie, we have to kind of address its politics. I think that for anyone who thinks that these movies need to be popcorn fun or just entertaining action films, then I really quickly doubt your knowledge of comic books in general. Because comic books have been challenging status quo and satirizing politics since, for a very long time. I mean, this is not new to the comic book world. It's just the first time we're seeing it now in the MCU and really heavily in a movie adaptation. I think that's what, art, film, comic books, they all do. They really want to challenge and spread a message and idea. And I think it's also interesting that there is this really extreme view in this movie that is held by the bad guy. I think they're making a statement as well. Like, I think where some people are addressing the ideology of this movie to be one specific way is addressed through Killmonger, and I think it's denounced because it's by someone who has a vengeful, hateful eye. And I think that people need to realize that. I think there's this really weird thing now where if it's in the movie, it means it's pro that idea. But people don't think like, well, if the villain's thinking that and we're trying to stop the villain or defeat the villain, then obviously the message he's portraying isn't something that the filmmakers would probably necessarily agree with, right? Like, this is something they're trying to encounter. And they take what the good in which Killmonger is trying to express through the entire movie, and they really kind of embrace the good, but obviously have issues with the bad. And I think that's something that needs, things like that, I think, will be really rewarding for people who go into Black Panther. I'm trying to think, looks different, feels different.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis, there's your comedy.
There's an animal.
There's definitely no reason that you can't find this movie funny. We also have the gentleman from Get Out, Daniel Kaluuya, who I thought was also really good in the movie.
Yeah, he was. I like the ending when he's about to charge into
his girl.
No, not well. Yeah, his girl gets in front of it. Yeah, and then the rhino.
Yeah, it was a rhinoceros.
Yeah, just like stops and.
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved it.
And like you said, I think
I'll kill you.
Yeah, for Wakanda, absolutely.
I'll kill you.
She holds that spirit and I think that, again, like, there is so much here that I think it's a movie that you could really dissect. And sure, it's great to watch fun superheroes save the old lady's purse and stop the end of the world, but you can only do it so many times and want something different. And I think it's so different and so radical that it really breaks the mold of what Marvel was doing, and I think it opens the door for other and different types of Marvel movies to be made. And obviously I think people are championing that. It seems like way before this movie's come out that there have been plenty of support all over. From the ticket sales to, I think they're looking at $25 to $30 million just for tonight, Thursday night. And I'm really happy about it because it's a really good movie. It's a movie that does a bunch of things that that are lacking in some Marvel movies, and I think it's good to be different. And like I said, if you don't want theme and you want popcorn action, there's plenty of opportunity to do that. But why not try to challenge yourself and watch something that has a message and something that I think, frankly, presents it in a really creative and effective manner.
Love it.
Sorry, I got all heavy there.
No, it's good.
Because we've been having this conversation for a long time with and I get it. I get how people just don't want to be bombarded by politics and things like that. Right now, we're in a very tough time where politics are everywhere you go, and it's always an argument. And I think this is an opportunity to get both an insightful message and have a good time. Because I couldn't stress that far enough. It is political. It's the most political Marvel has ever been. It's addressing some very heavy themes, but it does it in a way that's stylish and entertaining.
I was curious too, because Phase 1 came out the first set of the Avengers.
Yeah.
And then they were like, because these actors aren't gonna continue forever, and we're not gonna reboot this story. We're just gonna move on, and we have another 600 characters in Marvel. And I always thought in my head, I was like, can they do that transition? And this is a perfect example of how you do that, where eventually Captain America's out and eventually Iron Man's gonna out or retire, or however they're gonna do. They're eventually not gonna be in the story anymore. And it was so interesting to see how they're gonna do this transition. It's like, now you have Black Panther. Now I literally have no more interest in you. Okay, yeah, retire Iron Man, retire them, because I want more Black Panther. I want more these new characters that we're getting. Now we have Spider-Man on board and
Doctor Strange.
Is amazing with the Inception concept that they threw in.
And as much as even that, I think that's what's so interesting about this movie is that, I think one thing that also Marvel's been criticized for is the origin formula. The thing we've seen over and over again, like, oh, it's good, but we've seen it before. And then here we go somewhere in a completely drastically different direction, and everyone's upset that it's different. And I'm just like, I want, like, accept the change, accept something different, because if we keep getting the same Marvel movies, they're going to lose that fire that they have quicker than if they're going to continue to take on stories that are different or have different themes or attitudes and tones. And I appreciated the difference, and it was easily the best movie I've seen so far this year, hands down. Not real competition.
No competition.
In far regards of what's coming out this year, but I would be shocked not to see this movie end up on my list at the end of the year, because I thought that it's.
Oh, this 100% made
really
my list.
did.
If this doesn't, I'll be pumped.
The one genre that I think has become so popular, this movie I think single-handedly, completely elevated it to a new level and showed that these movies can be so much more. I think Logan did that in the sense of drama. But I think this movie with messages and themes, I think even elevated it even more.
So good.
I loved it. I mean, everything about it, I can't complain. Performance-wise, was great. I mean, yes, Michael B. Jordan, who I think is becoming easily one of the best.
Who is a better bad guy in MCU for you?
Killmonger. Man,
Hela?
I really like Hela, but I do think that Ryan Coogler gives her a run. Michael B. Jordan gives her a run for the money. But I really did enjoy her, and because I love Thor Ragnarok too, and it's so great that I have this one movie that's
they're opposite,
and they're so polar opposite, because one is so much fun and it's bright and it's this really great entertaining world, and then this one it is while fun, it is a completely different experience, and I appreciate being able to do both.
In this movie too, I was getting shades of I said Avatar, but I was also getting shades of Lion King throughout too. The opening sequence, and I was like, oh man, I'm loving this movie, dude.
Yeah, and again, I think one of the other just simple things that I really liked about that we didn't see was that there was no end of the world. This is simply about a man defending his throne and his honor, and and I think that there's something also really cool about that. If it was an origin story,
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, it was an origin story that wasn't so much an origin story. It was really cool, and I think any movie that can balance 1990 Oakland and the Beyond and Wakanda, I think is a really, I mean, that takes talent. And I think Ryan Coogler and Rachel Morrison and I think the cast and crew really made something special here, and I hope it's revered that way.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. It's Rotten Tomatoes is clean.
Yeah.
Box office is clean, so
absolutely, and I think the money will show, and I'm just happy. I know that there's going to be a lot of political discussion about it, and I think that's okay. If you agree or disagree with the movie's politics, the idea is that we're going to have a conversation about it, and I'm all for it. And I will be seeing this movie again because it was absolutely Stunning.
Here at AMC, though, we have the X screenings.
Yes.
So certain scenes will play on the walls.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. You want to quickly get into spoilers?
If you want to.
I mean, just to talk about.
I don't think I have anything
really besides the ending.
But I'll piggyback on your stuff.
Well, I mean, I just want to know what did you think about the final cut scene or final credit scene before getting Infinity War? Bucky Barnes.
Yes. It's taken us 18 films by the time Infinity War comes to us in less than, I think, 90 days?
Yeah.
I can't even believe I'm saying that.
Your popcorn, guys. You're going to get your popcorn.
In 90 days, we're going to finally have Infinity War. And this movie is the first time in any film franchise. How long has Hollywood existed?
Long time.
However long it is, this is the first time anyone's ever done this before, where they have these built up a cinematic universe. And 19 films later, it took a decade. We're finally gonna have this first official ending of Thanos will have the Infinity Gauntlet. He will have his glove on. He will have Infinity Stones, and he's going to more than likely kill somebody.
Somebody.
Yeah, more than
somebody's.
Likely. Yeah, somebody's. He will kill a couple of the Avengers, probably from the first ones, and then potentially, and this is, I guess, potentially a spoiler, I guess, but with the movie's not out, so we don't know. But potentially, we're going to see Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes take over as Captain America because Chris Evans. It's going to be exciting, dog. I'm pumped.
It is. It's something to really look forward to. And again, I think even that contrast of Infinity War, this big explosive movie with everybody in it, all this really crazy action, to this is a really great transition. And, from Thor Ragnarok to this to that, I think that's, as much as it might just seem like coincidence, I think that they're really well paced, not only in terms of the movies itself, but as the journey continues, I think they've become really well paced and moving you through these emotions.
It's getting better and better, dog. It's insane. 19 films in?
Sorry, DC guys. I know you guys are all just ready to yell at us, but
dude, I love Superman more than anything. But they ain't doing it.
Yeah, Black Panther. Go see Black Panther. I couldn't recommend it enough.
Dog, man, he's gonna start taking some Batman fans away.
Yeah.
Cause he looks that BA.
He is. Like the action sequences, the look of his suit. I'm trying to remember.
Very Batman-ish.
Yeah, it is Batman-ish. But I mean, like, just the idea that it's the necklace, and I mean, there's some really cool stuff in this movie. Martin Freeman also in this movie, who I think is technically really the only other outside Marvel character that we've seen before. Not really being a superhero or anything, but still, yeah. I mean, it's great, guys. I would be shocked if not mostly everyone loves this movie. I think this is going to be one that mostly everyone could agree on. Just good stuff.
What a great way. All right, guys. In 7 days, back here at AMC Town Square, we have Natalie Portman in
Annihilation.
And then on the comedic side, because that's like very serious, like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Let's kill some aliens, I assume. We'll see. We have on the other side, Date Night.
Game Night.
Jason Bateman.
We'll be here.
And Rachel McAdams.
Yeah. We'll be here. You be here or be square. Text this guy for tickets. Comment in the section down below what you thought about Black Panther and if you want to join us at all of our premieres. Also go check out his YouTube channel. You'll learn a bunch of great stuff and how to improve your life. And if you want to be a businessman, all this good stuff. He'll teach you all that stuff. Here you come for movie reviews. This guy you go for life success. Anything else?
I'm just pumped, man.
Yeah, I'm
Do
really
yourself
excited.
a favor. Watch it during this 4-day weekend because especially during this first weekend, it's going to be full.
Yeah, but that's where you need to be.
Yeah, if you can be in a full theater, that's the difference, guys. Don't wait till on Netflix or the Disney streaming app,
or wait until everyone's at work, or it's 3 weeks out.
This. Yeah,
watch it with the crowd.
In a full theater. It's experience, man.
Yeah, because some of the jokes that didn't play in my critic screening, which was very limited theater, didn't react as well as they did with the audience here. So, anyway,
JasonSinman.com is known as
the Film Lovers website.